Welcome to episode 3 of The Journeyman. We are in December. Not very often you're in December in an episode 3, but we started in October in Australia, so such is life. Christmas is around the corner. It's going to be quite warm in Australia in December, isn't it? Much more preferable weather than we've got right now in the UK, that's for sure. We're 7th in the table. We've 9th placed Brisbane Roar to come. They've got games in hand. Would have expected them to have started the season hotter than they have done, though. At the minute, it's Perth Glory that lead the way, the side that we beat on the opening day, and we've only won one more since. We'd like to win some more today if we can. The 3 games we've got today will take us to the January transfer window, where you guys will be letting me know who the hell you think I should sign in January. I do have some names on my shortlist already from leagues that are kind of around the Oceania region. So we're looking at goalkeepers, we're looking at wingers and strikers. At the minute, I would have gone for Andre Blake or Pedro Gallese, but both are unwilling to relocate, apparently, at this time. So, rip. I'm probably leaning towards Liu Danzhu, or potentially there was someone else. It might have been Johnson, actually. Sean Johnson at Toronto looks like he's pretty decent as well. Of course, we're probably not going to be at Wellington long, so we can sign someone that is slightly older because we're not going to necessarily feel the fall off longer term. With regards wingers as well, I've got loads of people on the shortlist, obviously, with all the Patreon players as well that are at random clubs. With regards wide men, Ji Peng Fei and Liu Binbin as right mid options. There's also a couple of others here. Actually, Andrew Naboot was particularly good against us and scored a wonderful goal for Melbourne City in the last episode. So he's put his name into the hat purely based on his actual in-save performance. Christopher Economidis is meh, but he's a cheaper option. Then left-wise, we have Zach Clough, formerly Nottingham Forest, of course. Kelvin and Sulyitz, who's currently at FC Punjab or Punjab FC. Then wingers, we have Yang Liu. Then left, well, actually we'll show you strikers first because it goes striker then left wing for reasons that continue to baffle me. There is Jorge Pereira Diaz. There's Jamie McLaren. That's a throwback. There's Guillermo. There's Jason Cummings, who's currently in the Indian League. There's Alan. We'll call him Alan. Playing in the Chinese League, 69 rated, 600 grand valuation. Marcus Antonsson at Western Sydney Warriors. Well, actually, even at 64 rated, looks like he could be pretty decent with some training on his technical stats. And then the left wing options down the bottom here are Hayes, who actually can play at strike as well, although he's only 5'9", but 4-star for about £1 million. He looks pretty tasty, and he's certainly one of the front runners. Then there's Manuel Palacios, who is also decent, well, very decent physically, as you can quite clearly see. 5'11", could play at strike as well, although technically he's not great. And then Lin Liangming, as well as Joseph Champness as well. They're the options I've currently got. If you've got any others, then fire them at me in the comments section, whilst we say thank you to Ollie, to Connor and to Ryan for your continued support on stream and in the comment section yourselves. They're on the board behind me today. We have Brisbane Roar to begin with, as we've mentioned. Then pushing forward throughout the rest of the month, we've Auckland in the New Zealand Derby, and then Western Sydney Warriors, who will round out the month on the 29th, before then Western United and Sydney FC in the hopefully quite busy transfer window. Not anticipating any bids for any of our players, but there might be. I might be open to a cam as well. I haven't decided yet. Regardless, I guess it depends how far money stretches, to be fair, doesn't it? Let's see what we can do in the opening day of today at home at Odromo. 4-4-2 for Brisbane Roar. 4-4-2 seems to be a very popular formation in Australia. Not one that we're playing, obviously, but something we could potentially change to later down the line if we find that this formation isn't working for us in terms of pushing the playoffs here with Wellington Phoenix. Sure, with the signings we hope to make in January, we'll make a good push for those playoffs. But we are going to need those signings, I think, to ensure that we stand the best possible chance of getting the league position we wish. Space. So much space for Rojas out here on the left-hand side now. Can we find Barbarouses? Yes, we can. Can he find some space in the box? No. Beat one. Couldn't beat the second. That was a good chance that we haven't been able to take there. That's frustrating. And really, the story of our season so far, if I'm honest. We've been not that prolific in front of goal thus far. Hence the looking for new wingers and strikers. Good touch by Nagasawa. Oh, it's a lovely ball. And Barbarouses is in behind. And Barbarouses doesn't score. Top stop by Acton. Brilliant save. Thought about going near post. Well, stood a better chance going cross goal against the lower rated goalkeeper. I was mistaken. It's a top stop by the keeper. He's done well. That should be 1-0. That's the sort of clear-cut chance we don't create that often and need to take. Good block. Ishiga. Barbarouses through the gap again. Turns away from one. Oh, doesn't actually turn away, but dinked it. It's the referee. Ooh, no card is brave. There was another defender there, but I think a yellow card would have been justifiable. Defender slid in. Initially, Barbarouses looked to hop over it. Oh no, the ball went over it. He dinked the ball over the challenge. Didn't actually run over the challenge himself. We haven't been that good from free kicks like this, so I'm actually going to lay it off to someone who's going to run forward and whack it. We've had a couple of rebounds like that this season, where the keeper's committed to a dive, the ball has fallen free, and we haven't had the luck. Feel particularly unlucky at the minute at Wellington Phoenix. I hope that changes and it falls for us sooner rather than later. Don't want to get sacked in my first job, do I? A bit dramatic. Maybe a bit too dramatic for my liking, actually. I mean, very worried there. Ishiga looking for Barbarouses through the gap again. He's found well. His touch is good. His pass is not great, but Ishiga will run away with it. And Ishiga's going all the way. Ishiga's going, oh, pen ref! And you've got to send him. He was the last man. He has to go. Harrington. If that isn't a clear goal-scoring opportunity, I don't know what is. I think he's survived. He has. I don't think he's even gotten a yellow card. Barbarouses from the spot. 1-0 Wellington. Up the Knicks. That's been coming all game long. Gutton. Rufert. Alte. Not very good at defending these through balls. Brisbane. Oh, Acton. Yes! Get in! Finally, a rebound goes for us. Acton's making some very good one-on-one saves here today. Unfortunately for him, his teammates are letting him down. 2-0 Phoenix. And Ishiga has beaten his man. Just. Still going. Still trying anyway. In the box. It's only bloody 3, lads. Oh my God! Where's this come from? Up the Knicks! Payne, little back heel. Nagasawa. Conchi. Go on, lad. Oh my Christ! Really? I mean, if you've got that in the locker from range, I'm going to do that more often. Holy moly. Roa Conchi with an absolute belter. Off the bar, no fourth. But, wow. He's been all over the pitch since coming on off the bench. He's popped up at left wing. He's popped up at striker. Popping up there in a almost cam position. This is the right back. Oh my God, Jack Payne. I moved him from right back to CDM to bring on Sheridan. Maybe Jack Payne should be playing at CDM the whole bloody time. Is it Jack Payne? Might be a different Payne. Jack Payne might be playing in England. Regardless, that Payne has scored a fourth. Jelic. Where I got Jelic from? Barbarouses. 5? 5! Barbarouses hat-trick! Holy moly. There's me earlier in the game going, oh, you know, we've not been scoring many. Goals have been hard to come by. 5! We're giving it straight to Nagasawa. And Ortega's got room to get into. He's taken them all on. Barbarouses again. 6! I just don't know. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. 6. Barbarouses has scored a 6-minute hat-trick. 81, 85, 87 to go on top of the penalty in the first half. 3 goals in 6 minutes. Brisbane Roar. It's barely even a meow, let alone a roar. World's fakest lion of all time. Thank you. I'll have that back. Chat saying we want 7. I can try. But, I mean, it might open up again for Barbarouses here. And wrong foot the defender. We could have 7. We do have 7! What is going on? 4 goals in 10 minutes for Barbarouses. And 7 for the Knicks. Ref, put them out of their misery. Just blow the whistle. They can't take any more. They just can't. Look out. In before. As you can see, 7-1 and we replicate Germany versus Brazil. Away by Sutton. It will be 7-0. It might not be. It will be 7-0. It might not be. It will be 7-0. Hey, look. 4-4-2 for a team in the A-League. It's the Battle of New Zealand. Max Matter up top is a player we had got on our shortlist as a potential option at striker. I thought he was still there, to be honest, but obviously he wasn't there when we looked through the list earlier, so maybe I'll have to put him back. Or maybe it depends on how well he plays on this particular match day as to whether we put him back or not. Here he is. 6'2", I think, Max Matter, so certainly a more physical option, which is what we're looking for compared to Barbarouses. Doesn't help that Barbarouses has just scored 5 goals in my argument for needing or wanting a new striker. Regardless, that's the first time Barbarouses has been that good. And I have a feeling it might be a one-off. If it's not, fine. Nice footwork. Bit of space there, actually, for Nagasawa. Well, we could force the save out of the keeper. Palsen with a decent stop. Ishiga with a delivery. Up we go, please, Lucas. Kelly held. Has all of the attributes you would want for someone on that sort of delivery, apart from the heading accuracy. As a result, I think I'm going to have to take him off that position, unfortunately. He might win all of the headers for all of time, but never get any of them on target. Not the obvious ball. Run, Barbarouses. And they're not through that gap. Well, I guess that's... Oh, finish, lad. Oh, I need a new striker. Do your bollocks. Barbarouses is apparently now the best player in the entire division. It was down that channel where the ball went, where I wanted him to make the run. Just so happened that he had to run in behind the defender to get onto the end of the ball. But the finish is very impressive. He's at it again. Champness. He's another player on our shortlist, actually, isn't he? One of the wingers. Picks out his teammate. Are you onside? Yes. Yes, he's onside. I thought the cross was woeful. Really, it was. But he's picked out a teammate, and because the defender had gone all the way to the byline with Champness, it left Max Matter free to just turn home from 6 yards, and he won't score an easier goal in his entire career. 1-1. Straighter. Into May. Into Matter. Straighter again. Offside, Howison, surely. Play continues. Onside. Onside he was. Corner, Auckland. I got a little bit complacent there because I was certain he was off. I must have misread the situation. Win that, please. Well up, Rufer. Just pinballing around. Thankfully, in a manner in which it sees us clear it. Ishiga. Nagasawa. Out to Payne. Via Ishiga. He can go again. There's a gap. There's a gap. He's in the gap. Oh, can't believe I've not scored. We've not got a pen. Oh, ref, are you sure? I think she's given the goalkeeper a yellow card. She has. She's booked the keeper. I think I ran into him. I mean, talk about Derby Day drama. Barbarou says, berries. Sorry, not sorry. Definitely the not. 2-1. Boos from the home fans for the ref, and no real surprise. Lebosh. Mate, that's not a bad ball. Mata finds the teammate. See the room out here for Champness. And he's into the box and looking dangerous. Oh, keeps! That's the sort of thing that makes you worry about having a 59 rated goalkeeper. Those little rebounds, that was supposed to go into Rufa. That might cost us. Thankfully, Lucas Kelly-Held's in the way. It's not won yet, this, is it? Not by any stretch. Just need to wind down the time, really. These back-to-back wins could be huge if we get them. The goal difference is going to be massive, just from the first game. But, oh, it's trying a little bit too much. Conchi's ball isn't great, though. Still, we could draw this if Nagasawa wasn't really bloody good. Wins it back quite comfortably, in fact, from the Auckland man. Try to lay that back to Nagasawa again, and we've not found him. How long's added on, ref? Just the 1 minute. Home fans aren't going to be happy about that either. And that 1 minute is over. That is us winning the Kiwi Derby by 2-1, thanks to a very strange penalty decision that we're very glad went in our favour. Can you imagine my reaction had it been the other way? No surprise that the boos are as loud as they are. Probably justified. That will fire us up in the table. We were 4th after the last result, up from 7th. Where we are after this one, I'm not sure. Top 2 get automatic progression through to the semi-finals. And then it's the playoffs that decide the other 2, I believe. No further questions. And we are in now those top 2 positions. But still, lots of games in hand for a number of other sides. Jets have still only lost 1 game. Our 3rd and final game of the day was against Western Sydney Warriors, who currently sit 6th, so not having a bad season. But equally, they're not sensational either. 4-4-2. Western Sydney Warriors with Brandon Borrello up top, who apparently has 6 goals in 9 games this season. I see a certain Juan Mata, number 64 on the bench. That is I believe. We shall show you, just to be sure. Hello, mate. Hiya. 69 rated and not selected, presumably because he's a cam and doesn't fit the formation. But Antonson was a player we had on our shortlist. Maybe I should look at Brandon bloody Borrello for a striker. We could maybe switch formation and have a 4-4-2 and match everybody else in the league and have someone up top alongside Barbarou says. But at the minute, I think he might well be the league's top goal scorer with the way that they've been flying in recently for him. Trying to find him again here, but can't squeeze it through. Oh, I thought I could get the turn in. I could not. Well up, Lucas. Big Kelly held to the rescue again defensively. I thankfully just missed him with a slide tackle. It wasn't really with that great a technique of a slide tackle. Ishiga. Rufa. Ishiga again. Oh, that was moving and dipping. That had a crazy movement on it as a shot. Still 0-0. Best chance of the game so far. Absolutely. Nagasawa. And Ishiga. He's got to time it right for Barbarou says. Just like that, you see. No. Oh, with the form of the man, you'd have been absolutely certain that was flying into the back of the net. Gutted. The timing of the pass was unreal. Ah, and the finish Had everything but a couple of inches to the right. Priestman. Definite foul. I thought he might leap over it and miss it altogether. Conchi went for it. No yellow card, thankfully, but a free kick in a decent position this for Western Sydney Warriors. And Kraev might go for goal here, or he could lay it off to a teammate. Clisby's lined up. It looks like it's going to be Kraev. Topped up. Was on its way towards the back of the net, albeit not very quickly. But Oluwayemi was across to it to deny the man the goal. Away players. Side netting only. Seeger again. Looking for him in the gap. Cut it back. Barbarou says, at the minute, rarely misses. I was about to say doesn't miss. He did just miss. He hit the post. He's buried it this time, and we lead again. This is a turnaround in form, isn't it? Ishiga. Crunch. Christ. Challenge, lad. He's Borello now. Not nicely to Simmons. Wanderers with the opportunity to try and find an equaliser. Borello has the option on the edge of the box there. Kraev. Oh, brilliant. That's top quality. Fair play. I didn't even see the run that Borello was making. It's 1-1, and he has a 7th goal in 10 games. I think I mistakenly called them Warriors earlier in the episode. They are Western Sydney Wanderers, as Aidan quite rightly pointed out to me in chat. Apologies for that. This ball, though, oh, delicious. First time finish, too. 59 rated goalkeeper isn't going to be able to do anything about that, is he? Well, then. Game turned on its head. It's 1-1. Could we maybe go and make it 2-1? Oh, nearly. Retra picks up the loose ball. Fired into Rojas. Come on. Come on. Not much room. Barbarou says has found a little bit of space there. He's moved well. Into Retra off the bench. Retra! Goal! We've taken the lead again! This Wellington Phoenix side are unstoppable right now. I found myself in a real position where I just didn't know where the goals were going to come from in the last episode. And we haven't stopped scoring today. What a difference a day makes. So I'm going to try and play it short and work something. Conchi. Conchi's long shots. Mate. I don't care if the stats say long shots of early 50s. His long shots are decent. Thomas comes and makes the save. 10 minutes to go. We lead by 2-1 for the second game in a row. No 7-0ers. They tend to be standout singular results, don't they? No 7-0ers since. Probably no more 7-0ers in the entirety of the save. But if the wins keep coming, then maybe we might have a very, very impressive start to life in this Journeyman. And the trophy collection. I'm talking about what I'm going to win. They equalise. The trophy collection might start in Season 1. It also might not. Conchi. Rojas. They're getting a little bit... They're getting very wild with their challenges. Retra. We will not lie down. Retra off the bench with a brace to equal Borello's scoring take for the day. But thankfully, Barbarou started us off along the way early doors. We will not give up at Wellington Phoenix. Do not write this side off. Barbarou says from... Oh, I was swinging. I was swinging. 89th minute. Hopefully, only the single minute added on by the referee again. Needed a little bit of questionable corruption in the first of the games since the 7-0 for us to get the victory. Here it's just been sheer grit and determination, and to be fair, Retra's impact off the bench evidently as well. Away please. Good touch by Brillante. Borello might get a hat-trick, you know. Strike over the bar. And with seconds to go, that will be that. We'll add Borello to the shortlist. I'm going to go and have a look at him after his impression made in this game. And maybe we look at him for striker, perhaps. Certainly, he's made an impact. More so than Max Matter. Max Matter was the player in the second game that we had looked at. And he did do well. But Borello certainly made more of an impression, didn't he? And he wasn't the player we were previously aware of. Let's have a look for Borello. But Borello? Was it double R? Brandon Borello. 72 pace, 1.2 million. That might be why we weren't showing any interest, because he's quite expensive. But if we're able to get a very cheap goalkeeper, maybe we could go and grab someone like Borello. Is he top goal scorer? He's second top goal scorer in the league, but Barbarouses has 11 in 9. Borello with 8 in 10 now. Bruno Fornaroli with 6 in 9 as well. Panache Madana, sorry. Clinton Taylor's in there. Valere Germain is in there as well with 4 in 9. One of them came against us in a simmer earlier in the season. We were second. We now top the table. And everybody's game in hands below us are played. Ladies and gentlemen, Wellington Phoenix end the calendar year as top team in Australia and New Zealand. Do let me know what to do in the transfer window. I'd very much need your feedback, please. That's all for this episode, though. You saw the names on the shortlist earlier. By all means, consider Borello certainly part of the picture now for a potential striker. But do I even need a striker anymore? Does this one episode completely change our plans for the window? Probably not, but because if we lose Barbarouses, I am screwed. But maybe. I don't know. You tell me. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this Journeyman save. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out the Bradford Realistic RTG on the main channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time.